Welcome to the School of Hollywood. I'm your host, Steve Owens, with 25 years in the industry. I've worn many hats: film and TV producer, music producer, talent agent, and talent manager. Today, we're bringing you something special, something that will lift you up and inspire you to chase your dreams. Each of us has dreams, a vision where we want to be, whether it's acting, directing, producing, or singing. Now, let's get started with the School of Hollywood. Hi, this is Steve Owens with School of Hollywood, and today I've got John Hickman. Welcome, John. You got a new movie
I,
out called The Gunner, which is going to be great for you because you're going to be with Morgan Freeman in the movie. Tell us a little bit about it.
it's a really cool high octane action flick. Morgan, he plays the bad guy for a change. He normally doesn't do that. And it stars Luke Hemsworth, and who I've worked with a couple of times before. And I think he did a phenomenal job with it. His character is amazing. He even sounds American. It's about a former Green Beret that comes back to his small hometown and tries to reconnect with his kids and takes them on a camping trip, and they stumble on a drug lab. And a whole bunch of madness ensues. I'll leave it at that.
Can you share the story how you encountered with Al Pacino on the set and how he inspired you to get clean and sober?
He scared the hell out of me. What he did, we were in Puerto Rico filming American Trader. And at the time I had been on like 4 back-to-back movies that I had to finish. And I was all in the Hollywood lifestyle and drinking and partying. It had gotten to the point where I would start what they call the DTs. It's when you start shaking, and I
Hmm.
would hide the vodka in my water bottle in my trailer, and I would go, and when I felt it coming on, I could level it out. This particular time, Al was on a pretty long monologue, and it's a World War II drama, courtroom drama, and he's the defense attorney, and I'm the head jury foreman. And about midway through this monologue, I felt it coming on, and I was like, "Oh no." I started sweating just profusely, and he made eye contact with me and did not miss a beat. He comes over to the jury area and gets right pretty close to my face and slams his hand down on the railing right in front of me. He said, "Son, you need to get your shit together." And I nearly had a heart attack at that point. When Michael Corleone tells you to get your shit together, it's a big deal.
Exactly.
That was 5 years ago, or almost 6 years ago, and haven't touched it since.
All right.
But it was very, I knew I needed help, but that was just the thing that really did it.
Push over the top. Yeah. How did winning the part on True Blood change your perception of acting as a career path?
Well, it didn't right at first, but I had such a good time because I was, a featured walk on. It's basically a extra where the camera's on you for 2 seconds more.
Hmm.
That's all it is. You don't have any lines. But I was a real big fan of the show, and went out, did the episode, and had a really good time because everybody watching the shows, like, they were like being nice to me and making sure I had a good time. And I did, and sent a couple of cases of wine to some of the producers, and with a thank you note said, "Thank you. I had a blast. I really appreciate it. Everybody was so nice." And they invited me back to do, tape another little episode. And that one wound up getting cut. And then I got upgraded with the werewolves to be reoccurring. And then they did away with the werewolf storyline. So I was an unemployed werewolf.
Okay.
That's pretty sad. But I went on to the CW network to the originals. And from there, I went to the Vampire Diaries for 3 episodes at the last season and 1 to try to get me in. And that's how that started. Very popular show. There's still a lot of fans. Anytime I meet somebody that loves the Vampire Diaries, so
Exactly.
it's
Exactly.
a big deal still, even though it's been on for a long time.
Yeah. You worked with some of Hollywood's biggest names, Ed Harris, Bruce Willis. What have you learned from those experiences?
A lot, really, because I didn't have the background. I didn't study at school, so I was basically I didn't know a thing. And there's several of those guys have really showed me some things, and I've learned to pay attention to them and watch them, and it's helped my acting when I'm in a scene with these guys. And I know I have to really step it up. I don't know if there's anybody as good as Al.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's one of the best. In Gunner, you play the role of a sheriff. How did you prepare for this character and what drew you to the role?
I play Sheriff Bob Lilly, is the local sheriff in the town where Luke's character is from,
Mhm.
and they have a history together. And I got it from just from reading it, talking with Dimitri, the director. He said he had that role in mind for me when he wrote it, and there was a different role for me because I get to be a good guy, and it's the whole thing of struggling with doing the right thing. He does the right thing, and there at the end. But I didn't prepare a whole lot because it was more the way I am. I'm like one of the nicest guys in the world, and that's how Bob is. And Luke helped me out a lot in getting my flow down, and he was a huge help. And Dimitri's really good at getting what he needs out of the actors. Oh, he's very good with that.
Fantastic. Your journey into the acting seems very unconventional. What advice would you give somebody else who's in their 40s wanting to start a career in acting?
Other than don't do it. No, it's all about time. But the whole thing when I started that, I was a big drinker and everything seems like a good idea when you're partying. You're like, oh, that's a really good idea. I'll leave a 6-figure job and go be an actor. But it's taken a while to really, I had to take a lot of roles that I wouldn't have normally taken just to get the experience. And the main thing is just, I would advise people to get as much experience as you can, especially if you didn't study this coming up. I'm definitely an exception to the rule. Uh, I'm probably one of the luckiest guys in the world to get to do this. And I have a corporate background, so I have a little bit. I still do a little bit of work in the corporate area to even it out because I couldn't make it completely on these acting roles because it's unless your name is Freeman or Cruz, you don't really make the really big bucks
Yeah, yeah.
compared to what I used to make before I left, I kind of stepped away. But it's a lot of work. It's not for the faint of heart. Definitely.
So in your hometown, do people come up to you now and say, "Can I have your autograph?" and talk to you about that when you're going into your business meetings?
Yes, a lot of them do. It's more along the lines of if somebody that I don't know knows me from one of the shows, they'll come up and ask for a picture from time to time. But it never happens when I'm with my girlfriend. I'll tell her anytime I'm with her, it never happens. When I'm not happens, she goes, "You're lying. That did not happen." Like, I swear to God, it did. But maybe one day it'll happen when we're out somewhere. But I've gotten them really, it's weird. I've gotten the most recognition from the Christmas movies that I've done on Lifetime.
Yep.
And I would think that would be the less amount of, but a lot of people watch those. It's either been the Vampire Diaries or the Christmas movies. And a lot of my actor friends made fun of me when I was doing the Christmas movies because they make them really cheap, and some of them are corny, but they have a good message, and the residuals on those are really good. The initial salary is not that much, but it goes for a long time because they always play those.
How do you stay motivated and inspired in such a competitive industry that there's 5,000 submissions every day for every single role?
Exactly. I've learned that the hard way auditioning over in Atlanta for a Marvel project. And I walk in and there's 200 other guys that are way better looking than me and have been acting since were 2 years old. And I was out of my element. And I do feel a lot of times I'm way out of my element because these people have they're more experienced than me. It's a struggle. Oh, and every now and then there'll be roles that just fit just perfect. And I've actually had to turn down a few over the last few years, either because of it wasn't that good a project or they were wanting to shoot during football season. And that's trying to steer away from that unless it's a really good project.
How did you get your first agent?
Actually, I don't. I'm without an agent right now. The person that kind of helps me with some of the projects is a producer with the Triple S Entertainment. We're really good friends, and if he sees a project that he thinks might it might fit me, he'll send it to me, and he'll say, Do you want to read for this?" That's how I got the movie The Vanish, the Netflix movie that Peter Facinelli did, and it was filmed right here, about 2 minutes from my house, which was crazy. And I don't know if I replaced somebody or because I went and he called me about it and said, "Do you want to read for it? They're there in Tuscaloosa." And I was like, "What?" He said, "Yeah, they're over at this hotel." And it was in my neighborhood. I auditioned on a Friday night. I was just coming in from another trip and I started work that Tuesday or Wednesday, that next week. So I had all of a few days to learn a really big role. And that was a struggle because I hadn't done that many movies at that point,
Hmm.
and it was a really big role. Anne Heche helped me a lot with that. She was like an angel. She really helped me so much in that. And it had 195 million on Netflix when it hit Netflix.
So when is Gunner coming out? Is it coming to theaters or on the streaming service?
It's in theaters. It's in the limited theaters right now, but it's available on digital. It came out last Friday on. I think it's available on Prime. I watched it on there. I'm pretty sure DirecTV, most of the major platforms and it's available to buy. It's something Warner Brothers, we had no control over that. They distributed the movie and that's how
Hmm.
they were doing it. I think it may be in one theater in one or two theaters in Alabama, not many, which is weird because we filmed it in 100% in Alabama, which that was another one that was really good because I got to be home quite a lot and it was a long shoot. And I was at the Sidewalk Film Festival this weekend. My documentary that I produced, Jailhouse to Millhouse, Pamela Hayden, who's the voice of Millhouse on The Simpsons.
Yeah, yeah.
It's really good. Been real proud of that one, and it's won a lot of awards. And I went to the Freeman there and got to see a lot of people. A lot of people came up to me and talking about what it has meant to them growing up.
Hmm.
But I'm real proud of that project to have my name attached to it. It's really good.
Are you on social media at all?
I am. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, X. Used to be Twitter, and I'm started doing the TikTok thing. I'm learning a lot
So,
about that.
so where can they find you on TikTok and Instagram?
TikTok is John Hickman. I think it's 205 John Hickman or John Hickman 205. Just my name. You
Mhm.
type it in, it'll pop up. Pretty. I stay on there a pretty good bit. I need to do a lot more, but the whole TikTok thing is pretty fun. I'm a little old for that. It's fun.
John, I wish you the best of luck and the rest of the year and get a couple more Christmas movies and look forward to following your career.
Thank you so much. And I've got a couple more that I did before the strike. That I did four before the strike, and two of them are out. And there'll be two more. There's a new one, a really good one called Baron's Cove that Mandalay Pictures has put out, and I've got a little part in it, but it's a fantastic movie. And it'll be out in October, I think.
Fantastic.